All right, listen, listen, listen.
Yes, yes, yes.
Listen, listen, listen.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, friends, so like I was saying, today we're going to be like reviewing a little bit what we know, what we've been learning about electricity, okay? And we're going to introduce a brand new objective today that has to do with electricity and some important people, okay? But to begin with, talk to your table, to your bilingual pair, and tell them what have you learned so far about electricity. Electricity is blank. Electricity is blank. Go.
Electricity is the energy that takes us to another place. Energy
So electricity is blank. Electricity is blank. Jeremiah Luna, I'm going to go with you.
Electricity is energy that can travel to another place.
Energy that can travel to another place. Oh, wow. That's a good definition. It implies a lot of things that we've been learning this week. Okay? Who else can tell me, before I get into like how electricity travels and how do we trap electricity, who else can tell me what electricity is? I'm going to go with you, Lanaya. Electricity is?
Electricity is a form of energy. It's a form of energy.
Okay.
And electricity can move and it can stay in one place.
A form of energy. Oh wow, you said that it moves and it can stay at the same place. Okay, good job. Electricity is blank. I'm gonna go with somebody in the front. John.
Electricity is a circuit.
Oh, again?
Electricity is a circuit.
Can you make your answer longer? Can you add more details?
Electricity is a circuit because you need electricity to turn on the TV and turn on other electricity stuff.
You need electricity for a TV, and stuff, you said, right?
Yeah.
I like that. Okay, so now that you said circuit, why do we need a circuit? Why do we need a circuit to make sure that electricity can flow and to make sure that that energy goes to the right place? Why do we need a circuit? What have we been learning so far with our experiments of circuits? What happens when the circuit is closed? What happens with the circuit that's open? Talk to your neighbor and tell them a circuit is, or we need, hold on, let me take that back. Yeah, it's a circuit works by blank. A circuit works by blank. Go. Can you help your friend? The circle. A circuit, friends, remember that it's when you have the energy in the place, okay? So someone can work with it, okay? Do you remember circuit? Does it work? It doesn't. Why not? Why not? Can the energy go by if it's open? So it doesn't work because? Exactly. Excellent. Eyes on me.
Eyes on you.
So, a circuit works by, Alejandra. Louder, please.
A circuit works by electricity
Circuit works by electricity and energy. Can somebody add more detail? That's a good answer, but can somebody add more detail to that answer? Julian. A circuit works by,
A circuit.
like we know already, Alejandro told us, that there's energy inside the circuit, okay? So, but why do we need a circuit to make something work? There's energy inside the circuit. Okay, so what happens with that energy in the circuit? What happens? It just stays there, or what happens to it? What happens to it? Yaretsi, try.
It goes to
It travels from one place to another. What travels from one place to another? Yaretsi? The electricity. And the electricity, we said that it's a form of?
Energy.
100%. It's a form of?
Energy.
So, friends, we're doing on track. Awesome. So we're ready to introduce this brand new objective. So we know what energy is. We know what electricity is. We know how a circuit works. We are remembering. We're refreshing our minds. We have not talked about this in last week. We know. Also, I want to remind you guys that a circuit works thanks to a conductor. To a what?
Conductor.
Conductor. And what is the other thing that helps the energy stay trapped? How is that called? John? Think about your lunchbox. We talked about this a lot. You want another chance? Or can you help? Just say it. Excellent. Think about your lunchbox. There's the conductor that takes the energy from one place to the other. Diego. Everyone?
Insulator.
Conductor and insulator. Okay? And what?
Insulator.
So with all this in mind, today's objective is I can say how two scientists help the world understand electricity. So back then, friends, the cities did not have light bulbs, did not have televisions, did not have internet, okay? Everything was dark at night. They only had like the energy was in the form of some candles and in the form of some like burning some wood and stuff like that. That's how they would light and heat up their stuff. Okay, there was no electricity. So thanks to the scientists that we're gonna talk about today, we're gonna be able to understand how the scientists helped us. Hold on, Miguel. But in this exercise, I know it's exciting for some of us. In this exercise, we're gonna teach each other. We will be teaching each other. So I will pass out some papers, and you will look at the person in front of you. So look at the person in front of you. I might be the person in front of you, Zaira, because you don't have a pair, okay? Oh, actually, we can make a pair. Yaretsi, come over here. And that's it. So look at the person in front of you. It's gonna be fine. And this is what we're gonna do. Eyes on me.
Eyes on you.
Can somebody remind me the objective? I just forgot. What is today's objective? What do we want to accomplish today by the end of the lesson? Miguel?
I can say how two scientists help the world understand electricity.
Okay, so we're going to learn about two scientists. Good job. Check this out.
And
So this scientist is way earlier than electricity, but I'm just going to use him so that we can understand what we're about to do. Okay? I don't have a bilingual pair in front of me, but you're going to get a piece of paper similar to this one with the information. Okay? And I'm going to read it. And I'm going to read it at a level 0. I will give you some time. I'm going to read it at a level 0. Okay, check this out. History of the solar system, Galileo. I'm thinking out loud and I'm reading. Read to find out what did Galileo contribute to our understanding of the solar system. And I start reading. Galileo was a famous scientist who discovered that planets orbited around the sun instead of the Earth. Back then, everyone believed that all of the planets orbited around the Earth and the Earth was the center of the solar system. When Galileo discovered that this was not true, and he told people about the planet orbiting the sun, he was put in jail. Many years later, people started to think about Galileo's discovery. Was it true? Was he lying? They finally decided that he was right. The sun was the center of the universe and all of the planets orbited around it. Now, this has nothing to do with electricity, but it's just how I got my piece of paper and I'm reading about it. Now I learned about Galileo, and I'm going to make a quick summary up here. So I'm just going to put Galileo. Thank you for tracking me, Miguel. Galileo is famous because he, made a mistake, he told everyone that the sun was the center of the solar system and not the Earth. That is why he was famous. So once I did this at a level 0, I'm gonna say now share, and I will teach my bilingual pair. I will be teaching my bilingual pair. If I'm Juan, if I'm doing this, so I'm gonna say this is time to share. I'm gonna look at Josie and say, Josie, so I learned about Galileo, and he's famous because he told everyone that the sun is at the center of the solar system and not the Earth. Okay? So now you can tell me, right? Why is Galileo famous? Excellent. So that's what everybody will do. So I will give you that piece of paper with your own scientist, and then you will be sharing to your friend. Now, the way we're going to learn about this, let me just go back to my screen. The two scientists that we're going to learn today about, one of them is going to be, maybe you already know about him, I'm sure we learned about him in first grade, Benjamin or Ben Franklin. Who is the first one?
Ben Franklin.
Ben Franklin. And then the other scientist that we're going to learn about is going to be Thomas
Jefferson.
No, not quite. You're confusing. We just learned about Thomas Jefferson. It's Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison. Yeah. So both of them are super famous. I'll do it in 1 minute. Yes.
Don't forget.
No, I won't. Okay. So either or, I'm gonna put the paper in front of you. Jeremiah, please wait. As soon as I get that paper in front of you, you will start reading and completing your own part. And then when I say it's time to share, you will be sharing. Here I go. Don't move it. As soon as I give you the paper, you will start reading. As soon as I give you the paper, you will start reading. You're about to learn about him. You cannot flip the page. You're just learning about the scientist that I put the paper on. Your friend will teach you about the other one. At this point, you are reading at a level 0. Julia, you should be reading now. Your paper is ready. You're not writing yet. You're just reading. When I say you may write, it's going to be time for you to write your own understanding of how that scientist helped the world understand electricity. I will know that you are ready to share with your neighbor when I see that you are writing in your own words what you understand from that scientist. Okay? So if you're ready to write, you may start writing. No problem. Mr. Cardoza will do the attendance in the next 5 minutes because Ms. Acosta just asked me to. So today we don't have Jerron, right?
Yeah, but Jesus.
And Jesus. Thank you for sharing. That's it? Okay. Okay, listen.
Yes.
So if you are if you are facing this wall, raise your hand. If you are sitting this wall, raise your hand. You need to raise your hand, Ileana, okay. You should not raise your hand, Jocelyn and Melanie. It's just the students facing this wall. Juliet and Diego, you should be raising your hand. Raise your hand. Okay, now it's your turn for in the next minute to share what you learned about your scientist. So listen, my scientist helped by, go.
My scientist helped by. My
Thomas Edison was electricity because he invented two things, the light bulb and the best conductors. He used the metal platinum.
All right. Now the other person, please, the other person, just share. The other person. My scientist helped by. Go.
Thomas Edison because he invented two things, the light bulb and the best conductors ever. He used the metal platinum. There's Thomas.
Okay. Listen.
Yes.
Listen.
Yes.
So why is Thomas Edison famous? Why is Thomas Edison famous? Thomas Edison helped electricity by Miguel Ramos. Louder, please.
He helped electricity by inventing two things,
Go ahead, sir.
the light bulb and the best conductors.
Okay.
The conductors were made out of a metal called platinum.
Okay. Thank you, Miguel. So you're just using what we learned about this week, right? You used the word conductor. He found out that the best conductor, which is metal. Did we find that? Did we discover that too? Yeah, we just did that last week. So, and with using that conductor, he made the light bulb. So, Thomas Edison made the light bulb. Thomas Edison?
Make the light bulb.
Awesome. Let's wrap this up. Benjamin Franklin and then Black. Please, you need a warning, America. You need to take this lesson serious. Now, Benjamin Franklin held electricity by. Jocelyn Damera. Louder, please.
Benjamin Franklin helped the people in the company by playing a long time ago there used to be lightning and it made the house fire.
Okay.
And
So just one keyword. So he found out what? What is in the sky? Louder?
Lightning.
Lightning. Excellent. And so he found out that the lightning, it's made out of?
Electricity.
So faster, faster, faster. So Benjamin Franklin found out that the lightning, it's made out of?
Electricity.
Excellent, Josie. And so that is how. Did we master the objective? Do we know who Benjamin Franklin is?
Yes.
Do we know who Thomas Edison is?
Yes.
Listen, listen, listen.
Yes, yes, yes.
When we come back from lunch, we're gonna finish up writing our notes. At this point, we're gonna put everything in the middle with your name, put everything in the middle with your name, and we're gonna line up for lunch.
Hey, Ernesto Cardoza, what is lightning when it hits the ground?
Yes?
What is lightning when it... No, that's when it